Do you remember Sportacus doing flips? Or Robbie Rotten and his ridiculous plans? What many people don't know is that LazyTown didn't start on TV. It started on stage. Today, I'm going to tell you how this kid's show went from being an Icelandic play in 1996 to becoming a global phenomenon filled with memes, puppets, and pure energy. 1998, The Beginnings and a Dream, Afram Latiber. In 1996, an athlete named Magnus Scheving had a concern. Icelandic children were getting less and less exercise, eating poorly, and living sedentary lives. So he came up with something revolutionary, creating a stage play to motivate them to be more active and live healthier lives, but without boring them. That's how Afram Latiber was born, which roughly translates to Go Lazy Town. It was a simple but effective story, a town where everyone is lazy, slow, and lying around, until a magical and athletic character appears and inspires them to change. That character was Íþróttafjörinn, or the sports elf, who we would later know as Sportacus. And guess who played him? Magnus Scheving himself. He wrote it, acted in it, and ran the whole thing. He was like Iceland's Tony Stark, but with a mustache, a tracksuit, and a bunch of fruit. The play was a huge hit in Iceland. The first appearance of Robbie Rotten, 1999. A year later, the dream took a big leap forward. The show was called Glani Glepuri Latabe, translated as The Villain in LazyTown, and it marked a turning point. This is where the antagonist who would later conquer the internet first appeared, Robbie Rotten. But don't imagine the purple-suited, slick-haired Robbie just yet. This version was more exaggerated, with a theatrical design, rougher makeup, and less defined clothing. And Sportacus? Well, let's just say he was in full-on elf mode. Instead of the tight blue suit, he wore looser clothes in yellow and brown, with a brown version of his iconic hat, a much more childish and magical look, like a character from A Christmas Story. Stephanie wasn't played by a little girl like we know her. She was portrayed by an adult woman. And Ziggy, he was played by a real person, not a puppet like we all remember. What's wild is that even though everything was super simple, the play was a total success in Iceland. People loved the combination of entertainment and healthy messaging. From stage to TV, 2002. By 2002, Magnus didn't want to stay in the theater world. He wanted to reach more kids in more countries, and this is when LazyTown began to take the shape we all remember. A pilot episode was produced for TV, and even though it wasn't the final show, it already showed a big transformation. Sportacus evolved from magical elf to acrobatic superhero, amazing stunts, and a much cooler attitude, although he still wore the same costume. The sets changed too. No more stage backdrops. Now it was 3D cartoon-style environments, mixing digital backgrounds with real actors and puppets. Stephanie debuted with her iconic look, bright pink hair, a fuchsia dress, and contagious energy. And Magnus's vision was no longer just Icelandic. He was thinking big. He was thinking global. This pilot was recorded in English, clearly aimed at launching the show internationally. The global boom of LazyTown, 2004 to 2008. Then came the big moment. LazyTown officially debuted as a TV series in 2004. And it kicked off a revolution in children's programming. The show was produced in Iceland, but spoken entirely in English to reach as many countries as possible. And it worked. In no time, LazyTown became an international hit. It was broadcast in over 180 countries and dubbed into more than 30 languages. One of the things that stood out the most was its unique visual style. The sets looked like they came out of a video game. Everything was bright, digital, mixing live actors with CGI puppets, giving it a cartoonish but realistic look. Sportacus was now fully the healthy superhero we all remember. Tight blue suit with white details, a perfectly trimmed mustache, his iconic hat, a multifunctional belt filled with healthy snacks, and an energetic, positive attitude. Stephanie, played by Juliana Rose Moriello, became an icon, always in pink, with her eye-catching pink wig and her catchy dancing, which was a core part of the show. Here we also met the unforgettable Robbie Rotten, the laziest villain on the planet, but also the most beloved. With his purple suits, ridiculous schemes, and theatrical gestures, he ended up stealing the internet's heart years later.
Muy bien. ¡Allá va! ¡Por aquí! ¡Por aquí!
Ziggy, a candy lover with a heart of gold. Trixie, the mischievous rebel of the group. Stingy, the selfish one obsessed with owning everything. Pixel, the tech genius. They were all puppets with exaggerated expressions and funny voices that became an essential part of the show's personality. The series was so ambitious that Iceland built a massive studio called LazyTown Studios, equipped with cutting-edge technology at the time. 4 seasons were filmed between 2004 and 2008, although not all of them aired right away. LazyTown wasn't just about fun, it also taught important lessons. It promoted exercise, healthy eating, confidence, and teamwork. Many countries even used it as an educational tool. It was the perfect mix of entertainment and values. LazyTown's comeback, 2013 to 2014. After a break, LazyTown returned with a new season in 2013, but it wasn't exactly the same show anymore. First of all, the series was bought by Turner Broadcasting and produced under Cartoonito. That meant several changes to the team and the overall direction. Magnus Scheving was still playing Sportacus, although you could tell he was getting a bit older. Even so, he kept doing flips and spreading that incredible energy like nothing had changed. But the biggest change was Stephanie. Juliana Rose Moriello was replaced by a younger actress, Chloe Lang. Her version of Stephanie had the same basic look. Pink wig, pink dress, but her vibe was a bit softer, less Rabel than the original. The colors became even more saturated. The music had a more modern twist, and the show's pace got a little faster too.
Ding dang, digga-digga-dong, funny words I sing when I am dancing, dancing.
The core message was still the same: encourage kids to move, stay active, and live healthy lives. But the impact just wasn't like before. The original audience had grown up, and the new generation of kids had other shows stealing the spotlight, like Peppa Pig and Paw Patrol. Despite all the effort, the magic of those first years didn't quite return. The new episodes didn't go viral, and they didn't catch the world's attention like they used to. By 2014, production came to an end. After 2014, even though no new episodes were made, LazyTown didn't really die. In fact, it came back stronger, thanks to the internet and the power of memes. In 2016, the actor behind Robbie Rotten, Stefan Karl Stefansson, was diagnosed with cancer. Fans of the show started a campaign to support him, and from that came one of the internet's most legendary memes. We are number one. And of course, the internet did what it does best. It exploded with remixes, parodies, tributes, and compilations. Robbie Rotten became a symbol of absurd internet humor and a beloved villain for an entire generation. Sadly, in 2018, Stefan passed away, but his legacy as Robbie Rotten lives on in thousands of videos, memes, and heartfelt tributes. LazyTown was more than just a kids' show. It was a mix of creativity, technology, health, and fun that marked an entire generation. From an Icelandic stage play to a global TV phenomenon, and then a full-blown internet legend. Sportacus, Stephanie, Robbie, and all of LazyTown's characters showed us that being active can be fun, that eating healthy doesn't have to be boring, and that even the laziest person in town can change. So, did you used to scream bing bang at the top of your lungs?
Bing bang, digga-digga-dong, funny words I sing when I am dancing, dancing.
Were you Team Sportacus or Team Robbie? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this trip down LazyTown memory lane, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more nostalgic evolutions like this one. See you next time.